Okay, so I just want to talk you through this motivations questionnaire because what we're finding is that customers don't really understand what it is they want to get back from their renewable investment. And this is a little bit too detailed, but it helps them get to grips with what are the different ways they can think about it. So if you think about affordability, how much does keeping the upfront spend low matter to you? So if the deal is that you have a limited budget, then the affordability of this is kind of is a key aspect of what we're doing here, right? So with a lower upfront cost, you get a smaller system, but with a higher upfront cost, you get more savings. So this is really just to kind of help them out, and we're going to go, hey, like we don't really care how affordable it is. We're going to finance it. It's not an issue. So then you've got a yearly savings. So how important is maximizing your annual cash flow from the system? That means reducing your OPEX by the most possible. So, hey, I've got loads of money in the bank and I want to reduce my OPEX. So some will optimize your initial savings, some will be looking at a long-term return, but this is really looking at getting the most savings you can year on year, right? So we're probably not that interested in annual savings, right? How quickly do you want the investment to pay for itself? So is it very important to you that the payback period is as small as possible? And obviously the smaller the system, the quicker it's going to pay back. So it's going to have, I'm happy for waiting longer if it takes longer to pay back. So we're not that interested in the payback, but we need the payback to sit in a sensible place. So we're going to say we're in the middle on the payback. Return on investment. So the efficiency of your capital, basically, solar return percentage looks great compared with other things like sticking money in the bank. But in reality, you've got to figure out whether you're going to be comparing it with other things. So there's like an opportunity cost to money here. And as a return on investment, you could be doing other things with your money, like investing in machinery or doing improving room upgrades. So depending on the customer's point of view will depend on how much they care about this versus other investments. So we're not that bothered about what this looks like in terms of other investments. But it's not zero, right? How much weight do you put on the long-term value of the overall system? So some pay back faster and then stop, and others create value over a full 15 to 20 years. So lifetime value, like the whole of the lifetime, do you want to maximize it over the full period, or do you want to keep it in the middle, right? So I'm just going to reduce that down to the payback speed down here. So then export versus use. So for example, do you want to use most of it yourself, or do you want to be selling it back? So selling back to the grid pays little, using itself avoids the imports. I don't mind exporting it. I hate the idea of selling cheap energy and buying back expensive. So export versus use, we're going to, if you don't want to export it, then you hate the idea of you want to use as much power as you can generate yourself, right? And then energy independence, and maybe how much do you want to get off grid usage? So for us, that's going to be really important. And then how much are you interested in saving carbon? Probably not a thing. So after all of that, customer then is going to get a view of, having stepped through this, what is it that's going to be motivating them? And what you can see from this is we've picked the three. We want to rely less on the grid. We want to, you don't want to give it away for nothing. And you've got interest in the long-term value. And that's going to help us model what your preferences are as a customer.